Didn't see. Hey guys, welcome back to the Simi Plum Bob channel, and today we're gonna play The Sims Medieval. Alrighty, so in the last part we did Invasion, and Journeyman Smith Wayland actually got a legendary trait along with Dame Joan. So we got two Sims in our kingdom that actually have legendary traits. So that is very, very cool. But now we are going to work on maybe our well-being or knowledge. I'm not quite sure yet. But we don't have enough RP to get the very last thing that we need, which is the Wizard's Tower. So we need to play 2 more quests. So this is the second to last episode, and the next episode should probably be the last. Or this one may actually be the last. I might actually buy it at the end of this episode. We shall see. We shall see. But anyways, yeah, let's actually go ahead and look at our quests and choose one and see which one we would want to do. So I think what we should do is we should do cutting edge maybe. I think that would be nice because we've already done Meat Quest and the evolution of Chinchilla before on the channel with different aspirations. So I want to make sure that we do new things so you're not seeing the same quest over and over on this channel. But anyways, we're going to do cutting edge this time. And yeah, let's see what this is about. Cutting edge. The sword was not changed much since its first inception. It remained an uncomplicated and effective weapon. But could a sword be more than just a soldier's tool? Journeyman Smith Wayland believed that, given the right inspiration, a skilled smith could transform this simple weapon into an enduring legacy of craftsmanship. So we need a craft of the war. So we have primary hero Blacksmith, secondary hero Peter and Priest, and supporting character the Monarch. The blacksmith had long harbored a dream to shape the ultimate symbol of weapon crafting, a legendary blade unparalleled in the long history of warfare. With the discovery of an ancient weapon master's journal by the Peterin Church, the time had come to forge that dream into a reality. Alright, I will craft a legacy, he said. And then we're going to actually play the Peter and Priest for the first time here too as well, so that's great. To improve the future, one must study the past, said Brother Peter. Alright, let's actually go ahead and jump right into this quest. And he's out here just dancing to Minstrel Finnan's music. Anywho, between the ringing blows of hammer against the anvil, Journeyman Smith Wayland's mind wandered from his routine crafting to visions of superior design and finely wrought artistry. Sadly, there was little use for masterpieces in Beginnaria currently, with a back order of mundane fixes for uninspired tools. That last thought brought Journeyman Smith Wayland back to the present, and the task of repairing the broken cauldron for Gerald the servant. We're gonna have to repair a cauldron. I guess they heard that we made an oil cauldron for the war effort here, so that's funny. Anyway, I need to forge this cooking pot for my customer, he said. So we're gonna actually go home and start this. He actually needs to go out and about and get him some food so that he could have something to eat, since this is the first time we're playing the Peter and Priest. Invader Caffeine. Help, I'm being mugged. Can you, like, go away? I'm trying to go home. It's still 26. Wait, how are you still here mugging me when I've defeated you? Go away! Anyway, let's see. He's here to get some boar meat and some venison and make sure he has plenty of food. He's got 7,000 simoles. Wow, my dude. What do you need to do? You need to preach the Watcher's love for art on evangelism platform. The Watcher is not made of fire and brimstone as some people are led to believe. Art, knowledge, and compassion are divine pursuits as well, he said. So he's gonna go home and make himself some breakfast as well. Courtly cooking pot. Okay, what are we making? Courtly cooking pot. Okay, yeah, that's what we need. Alright, so he needs to make some scraps. Alright, so let's forge some scraps. Right, so we're gonna make some scrap metal because that's what we need to create this. We need 2 scrap metals, so he's gonna create that. Alright, and then we need to make food, bear soup. Go ahead and get you something good to eat. While he crafts this scraps for the cauldron here. I'm glad that he actually, in the last part of this aspiration, that he actually collected a lot of rocks. So hopefully we don't need to go collecting unless our stuff tells us to. But anyways, hopefully we got plenty to do this and that with. What the hell? Go away, bitch. We got 1 scrap done. Let's get another scrap. And yeah, get this going. All right, what are you doing? He's just over here relaxing. What we need to do is we need to preach the Watcher's love for art. So let's come over here and preach the Watcher's love for art, please, and get that going. While he is over here getting his scrap metals and doing everything he can. Oop. Let's go ahead and hammer that. He's over here doing this until 9 a.m. I'm here to tell you that the Watcher loves art. You gotta have compassion for it. Lil Bloodletter Rosina. Rosina is over here. And Surgeon Abella is here as well. It's like I'm telling you, he loves art. Art, I tell you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, what are you doing? He chatted to. Actually, I don't have time for that. I need to make this cauldron. Thank you, though. Poor downtrodden souls just existing to reach the next day. Have we lost all passion and expression in Beginnaria? If they only understood the Watcher as I do, they would yearn to rejoice with song and art. Is there a cure to this terrible dulling of the soul in any of the Peter and lore books? He's worried about everybody's soul. He needs to pray with 2 Peterins, and then he needs to give a basic sermon. So Peter and Priest, pray with Peter and Beast. Convert her, I guess, since she's over here. So let's go ahead and get some stuff done. And he's over here meddling that. So we'll watch him while he's over here praying with poor Piper here. So I think it's so funny how they can pray by moving their hands back and forth. Nicely done. And then we need to craft and deliver a basic staff and repair the rowboat. Nicely done. He needs to confess artistic dream to Brother Peter. No one would understand my creative passion except perhaps Brother Peter. He seems kind enough and is always preaching about touchy-feely things like art. It then needs a returned mended cauldron to Gerald the servant. Another work order completed. Just have to return the freshly mended courtly cauldron to the castle. Now that I've patched up the cooking pot, I need to deliver it to Gerald the servant in the keep. Then it's on to the next work order. Alright, sweet. So we need to do a rowboat and a basic staff. So let's go ahead and get this going. Let's look for the basic staff and do that. And create. Nicely done. Good job. Good job. We prayed. Thank you for praying with me. Pause a minute. Pause a minute. Is there... Okay, there's people inside here. So, is anybody a Peter? Yeah, let's pray with Marcos the patient. Let's go ahead and pray with him. Alright, nice. So, he got his praying done. Let's set a sermon time. What time is it? 11 a.m. Let's do 1 p.m. We're going to have a server time at 1 p.m. In the meantime, he needs to research 2 Peter and lore books. All the answers I have ever needed have been contained within the words of the Watcher, as documented by ages of Peteran scholars. So let's research a book, and we need to do this 2 times. So He's going to research for 1 hour on this book and wait until the Peterin a sermon starts, which it won't start till 1 p.m. So he's got a few hours to research and start working on his stuff. There we go. So let's give her the staff, give her the boat, and then we got our work done for the day on that. I wonder if we can forge a new hammer instead of using the one that we have. Another job well done. The magician is enjoying the new staff, and I'm 30 simoles richer. Sweet. So we are dealing with a basic one. This one's got power 4. The steel hammer's got power 4. So let's actually go and try to make a steel hammer, I think. So we're going to come over here and we are going to give a sermon. And let's do casual. So let's come over here and give the sermon because that's something that you need to do today. Thank you everybody for coming to the sermon. So he's like, I would have been there, but I want to make me a brand new hammer to help me for future tasks because it takes forever with this lousy hammer that I got. So it's gonna take quite some time for him. Hello, Underspy Sydney, how you doing? All right, let's do humorous. Let's see how everybody's reacting to his sermon over here. Hello everybody, how are y'all reacting? Also, we need more of these, honestly. So everybody can have room to sit. Is everybody gonna watch me do my sermon? Everybody's just gonna stand around and talk, it looks like. Okay, well this sermon is crazy. Brother Peter's sermon went well, received by the congregation, and the church received 53 simoles in donations. That's nice. All right, and then we also need to do a Peterin lore, so we need to go ahead and research that while we're here. So let's go ahead and get our work done for the day. He is almost done with his steel hammer, finally. Brilliant. All right, so where is it? So it's got power 5. Excellent. Wow. Okay, we're going to equip this. And the steel hammer should work exceptionally well for him, rather than that crappy one that he had. Anywho, yeah, let's actually go ahead and go here and go to the castle, and we need to give him the cauldron, so let's go give him the cauldron. I have found several accounts over the centuries of disillusioned masses being uplifted by inspiring pieces of art, all wrought in the Watcher's name. My talents are attuned to scholarly pursuits. I have no hand for art. Perhaps I can find a creative soul to champion this cause, he said. Interesting. Here you go. Here's the cauldron that I've made. Took me a little bit. I'm quite hungry though. I hope you don't mind. Many thanks, journeyman Smith Wayland, for your skillful repair and prompt delivery. Here is the payment agreed upon for your service. I should mention before adjourning to my duties that Lady Isolde the Great wanted a word with you. Oh, great, he said. He's heard about Lady Isolde's, like, romantic pursuits. He's like, oh, great. Please tell me she don't want anything to do with me. Now that minstrel Finnan has gotten married, is no longer available to the queen. He's like, oh, great. Please, 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 please. Please don't choose me as old, he says. Oh my gosh. All right, where'd she go? She went downstairs. You sent for me, my liege? I have no idea what Her Majesty wishes to see me for, but it would not do to keep her waiting. Oh my goodness. I'd be shitting my britches if I were you. Just saying. It's like, Hello, Lady Isolde. How are you? You wanted to speak with me? Journeyman Smith Wayland, I find myself conspicuously lacking a symbol of my authority in Begonaria. I would like you to craft something to inspire the people, a representation of my great reign. What do you say? Oh boy. How will Journeyman Smith Wayland respond to Lady Isolde the Great's request? Thank you, Lady Isolde the Great. I accept your generous offer to sponsor my masterpiece, or I'm terribly sorry, Your Majesty, but this is a very personal project. I cannot simply sell it off. Let's accept it. Right trade agreement at scribe table. It's an official royal order, so of course there is some paperwork involved, he said. So write the special order down. Excellent. I look forward to witnessing your tremendous craftsmanship. If you will please draft up an invoice for Royal Advisor Roscoe's endorsement, I will ensure that you are well compensated for your labor. All right. Yeah, he's going to stamp it, write it, get it set up. All right. Let's present the order to him. With advisor's approval, I will have the authorization I need to craft my masterpiece. Oh boy. He's like, whew! Thank the Lord. All she wanted me to do was do craftsmanship. So here you go. The kingdom will provide some coin to cover basic expenses. As this work shall be a symbol of Lady Isolde the Great's power, she expects your best work. To help, we have made the castle's resources available to you in the town square. Oh, okay. Confess artistic dream to Brother Peter. Alright. No one can understand my creative passion except perhaps Brother Peter. Seems kind enough and always preaching about touchy-feely things like art. Alright, we need to have a higher relationship with him. So let's come over here and chat with Brother Peter. This is a virtuous goal, Journeyman Smith Wayland. One I wish more people had. Perhaps your example will inspire others to follow their creative passions. I will help you in whatever capacity I may for you to achieve your artistic dreams, even if it is to make a weapon. It is first and foremost a work from your heart, he said. Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. But first, okay, what do we need to do? We need to browse bookshelf for a smithing lore book. Our library is an impressive collection of knowledge, but it may lack any significant smithing lore. Right, we need a bookcase. So let's actually find a bookcase we could put here. Perfect. And let's browse. There are some notable texts on the subject of inspiring through art, but they are missing from our collection. I should remedy the situation at once with a visit to the village shop. All right. Acquire The Calm Before the Forge by the Peter and Smith Volcam. There's a fascinating selection of useful texts accumulating at the village shop. Sadly, it is likely due to the commoner's inability to read, he said. All right. So let's go to the village shop. And we need to collect The Calm Before the Forge book. Thank the Watcher, I found a well-worn copy of The Calm Before the Forge, scribed from Volcam's original crafting journals. If you can get through the archaic text, the wisdom imparted within would be invaluable to Journeyman Smith Wayland. Alright, nice. Right, so he's gonna go ahead, go home, and get some shut-eye himself. I'm probably gonna give him a better bed. I am no artist, just a humble tinkerer. How presumptuous it was to think that I could craft an awe-inspiring work of art. I owe it to Brother Peter to tell him firsthand that I have failed. What's the matter? He wants to give up on his dream already? Look, listen. He is working hard for you. You're not going to give up on your dream. This old man went all the way to the village shop to get you something for your dream. He believes in you, and you should believe in yourself too. So yeah, he's gonna go and get some shut-eye. You just be patient. You're fine. Demoralized. Wayland is demoralized from not fulfilling his responsibility. Oh my gosh, he is sad. Okay. It's hard to maintain a good friendship. Brother Beater and Minstrel Finn are no longer friends. Alright. This is foolish. I cannot make a masterpiece. I should go back to mending pots, unless Brother Peter can purge this despair yet again. But what would be the point? He's freaking out over here. He's like, I can't believe I did this to myself. Why? Why did I do this? He said. Alright, eat the soup. Oh my gosh. Are you still asleep? Yeah, he's still asleep. So you can come over here. You can stay over there and freak out all day. That's fine. While he sleeps. He's got to get some rest anyway. Why don't you actually come here and pray or something? Why don't we fix this up a little bit so that everybody will be available to watch him do his sermon. We definitely need... What do we need? We need some Peter and stuff. Here we go. Now we have a bit of a watcher stuff everywhere, and it's a little decorated now, so... I think... Yeah, he can come over here and pray at the stone. Now that we've got it a little bit decorated in here for... Brother Peter, because it was bare, like, geez. We needed to do something. So we decorated it a little bit. Put a little bit of stuff in here. He's over here praying about it. Okay, we're going to give the book to him. Well, I would like to add the tome to my growing library of lore. I think Journeyman Smith Wayland would benefit from its contents. And he still lacks faith, but thankfully that's something I can provide, he said. Alright. Here you go. Here's a book. I got you the book. Thank you. Welcome. And, we're gonna pray. Let's pray together. Don't lose faith, my son. Don't lose faith. You got this. Nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. The Watcher's smile. He's feeling a lot better now. Read The Calm Before the Forge for inspiration. This proves that I'm not the only smith ever to seek inspiration, he said. So let's go ahead and read The Calm Before the Sword. Read The Calm Before the Forge. The book was archaic and many notions were still in the ancient Peteran script, but several of the methods documented by Volcom were surprisingly advanced. For example, the proper heating of menthol and adamantal ores. There were also several honorable mentions of a legendary swordsmith called Mace Moon, whose technique Volcom claimed to have poorly imitated. Journeyman Smith Wayland wondered if Brother Peter could translate more of the text while he experimented with its theories. Okay, so he needs to return the Book of Forge Lore to Brother Peter for further translation. If Brother Peter truly wishes to help, he can decipher this Peteran chicken scratch for me so I can get to forging. And then he says, which experimental blade will Journeyman Smith Wayland attempt? Will he attempt a blade of menthol or a blade of adamantal? Well, since in the last part we were struggling to find menthol, let's actually do adamantal, because I know we got adamantal. So we're going to do the craft a blade of adamantal, I think. That's what we're going to do. Alright, so let's return the book to him. Princess Mirabelle is here at the Peteran church as well. Wow, a Surgeon Abella is here. There you go. I gotta go home and craft me a prototype of the Animental Blade. Bye. Alright. Read The Calm Before the Forge for translation. This book is old and worn. Not surprisingly, Journeyman Smith Wayland had trouble deciphering some of its more technical concepts. Thankfully, I have a knack for ancient script, numbers, and sums. Right, so let's go ahead and read that book. Alright. I shall see what a blade of pure adamantal can do, he said. Alright, so let's stock it and forge the adamantal blade. Hopefully we can do it. So let's see. Adamantal prototype. We need a crude longsword. Alright, so let's scroll back up and craft a crude longsword so we can craft it. I didn't realize the full relevance of this text. This Mace Moon forged the most perfect weapons ever seen. This book chronicles not only his techniques, but his whole life. I shall copy the practical bits for Journeyman Smith Wayland to use, and translate the full text for further study. This could be a great undiscovered cache of lore. Right. So he needs to transcribe 2 copies of the lore books. Oh, he reached level 5. Nice. Alright, so 1 copy of foraging formulas for Blacksmith Wayland and 1 fully translated copy for the lore book for me from my archives. Alright, so transcribe 2 copies at the scribe table. We don't have a scribe table, so let's go ahead and purchase one. Then we don't have to travel everywhere. There's a scribe table. And we'll put it right there. And let's try transcribe your lore. Let's see how much faster it's going with this brand new hammer. It's going so much faster. Yeah, buddy. Look at that. Boom, shakalaka. Alright. He needs to go pay taxes. So let's actually... Oh, what's going on out here? Okay, so let's go ahead and pay taxes. What? Town square. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Wow, okay. Interesting. We got a whole festival happening out here, it looks like. Oh, did you transcribe it? He transcribed 1. So let's transcribe the other, please, and get that going. And then let's actually find some Menthol. There's a copy of the formulas Volcom learned from the Forgotten Master for Blacksmith Wayland to experiment with. Meanwhile, I shall investigate this lore and Mace Moon in greater detail. Alright, so he needs to give transcribed notes to Blacksmith Wayland. Here is the copy of the practical bits that Blacksmith Wayland would be interested in. And then we need to send requests to iBrary for books on Mace Moon. If anyone had more information on Mace Moon, it would be the monks of the great iBrary where his own disciple Volcom once lived. That's great. So we need to bless a pirate with the Watcher's favor first. And then we need to convert 2 Peterins. So let's see. Let's convert this person. Okay, so go here. And then we need to convert you. Okay. Yes, you're here at the church, my child. So let's go ahead and convert you. And then he's going to mine 1 more time and then go home and create this Adaman because he's going to be ready for it. Alright, and then we need to convert her as well. So, right. Here you go. Are you ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the faith. Welcome to the Peterin faith, my child. And then we need to... The Watcher's favor. Is that what we need to do? Yeah, we need to bless the pirate with the Watcher's favor. Watcher's favor to you, my child. Alright. Thank the Watcher for the church and these fine pirates. I must spread the good word to assist in their victory. Advocate piracy. This war is a terrible thing. Advice directly from the Watcher should encourage people to help pick sides correctly, he said. Alright, so we need to come all the way back to the place and advocate piracy over here. I love that hammer. Alright, so we finally got the prototype made. This is passable as a prototype to test the blade's edge and durability. I'll need a whetstone for sharpening, and I should visit the town square to check its resilience. Okay. So he needs to test the prototype adamantal blade on the training dummy. Let us see how well this adamantal blade holds under repeated use, he says. Oh, but he's hungry, so let's go ahead and make some venison soup. Get you some soup going on while he's over there doing his job. And then we need to come over here and test the blade through practice and see how well it works for you. Alright. And we're done, he said. But he's gonna go ahead and do this for a little bit. We're gaining a little bit of popularity with that. After a few minutes on the training dummy, Blacksmith Wayland paused to catch his breath. The Adamantal's blades seemed untouched by the impacts, but the training dummy sported more than a few dents. While not the beautiful tool Blacksmith Wayland had hoped for, The hard, dark blade might just appease Lady Isolde the Great's request, but there was one more test. What does he need to do? Test the elemental blade's sharpness by wetting it. A few scrapes of this shiny stone along the blade should give me a good indication of its ability on the edge. So let's go here and we need to wet the blade. So let's go ahead and do that. He's going to try to get his popularity up a little bit. His popularity level is low, but it's going up the more he's doing this. So that's why I'm allowing him to finish that instead of making him stop prematurely. Journeyman Smith Wayland skillfully applied the whetstone along the newly forged elemental blade. After a few strokes, the sword's rough edges remained dull and blackened. Blacksmith Wayland sighed in resignation. The metal of the elemental blade was simply too hard to accept a proper sharpening from the whetstone. This weapon was unusable, and a poor offering for Lady Isolde the Great indeed. Oh no, he's starting to feel a certain way now. Oh boy. He's like, oh great, I failed. I failed again, he said. Nice. Alright, give the notes to him. Here, perhaps this will help. Don't get too discouraged. You're fine. The formulas translated by Lady Isolde the Great are incredibly sophisticated for when this was written. One of the most promising, again by this mysterious Mace Moon, is a unique combing of rare metals into what Volcom called the alloy. This may yield better results than a blade of singular ore. I will have to test this theory the first chance I get, he said. He needs to forge a prototype alloy blade. Let's see if I can forge an alloy as Volcom and Moon once did, he said. Interesting. But first, we're going to get into that rich deposit. And we're going to collect this mana stone because I have a feeling we will probably need it in the future. Who knows? Anyways, he's done with his tasks. The only thing he needs to do is he needs to send request to Ibrary for books on Mace Moon. So let's come over here and send request for the book. And then we need to come over here and get us some food because we are quite hungry. Await response from Ibrary. I cannot wait to hear the response to my discovery, he said. Alright, and then as soon as he's done, he's gonna go home and see if he can't craft this alloy blade. A translated book of crafting lore. The complete and unabridged works of Master Smith Volcom as translated from the Calm Before the Forge lore book. A snowy pigeon delivered a scroll bearing the seal of the great Ibrary to Blacksmith. Oh, his name changed. Interesting. Anyway, a snow pigeon delivered a scroll bearing the seal of the great Ibrary to Blacksmith Wayland, who read it with growing chagrin. Watchers see you, brother. Your request has been received, and while your pursuit of knowledge is laudable, the information in question is highly prized. Before we can release it from the vaults, a standard evaluation must be conducted. As such, we are sending a representative to discuss this with you further. In perpetuity, Lore Keeper Benedictus. Okay, that's a name. All right. Interesting. So they're sending somebody there for him, it looks like. He needs to await response from Ibrary, so he's still waiting. Oh, there it went. Inquire to Ibrary representative about evaluation. What does this evaluation mean? Must I prove my worth to read and study? He said. Oh, there it is. We need to have a higher relationship with him. So after you eat, you need to come over here and chat with this guy. And get that going. Okay, so we need to stock and forge and see if we can't craft some alloy now that we're here. Let's go. So let's see. We need to craft. Anyway. Huh. Oh, the Watcher's hammer is a level 6. Ooh, I'm tempted. There's a super superior alloy that we probably need to craft. And then the alloy blade. We need a crude longsword and the superior alloy. So, yeah. It looks like adamantine, ferrous, and menthol were needed to create this. So let's create the alloy here and get this started. Greetings, Brother Peter. I am the Peteran representative. Before I can release the precious text into your possession, I have been asked to affirm that the recipient is a man of faithful devotion. Further, knowledge is never free, but must be earned or traded. If you can prove your poisonous and part with your recently translated text, we'll feel confident about lending you the only known copy of Mace Moon's Chronicles, The Legend of the Leaf Cutter. Ah. Give impassioned sermon on the benefits of lore. I shall sway blessed Avery the monk with an ardent sermon on the merits of lore and scholarly pursuits, he said. Which is fine. Let's actually come over here and set a sermon time for 6 p.m. And let's go give this lore. We need to go give this sermon. It's already 6. And he's over here giving this sermon. Look at everybody sitting down now. Finally, people are sitting down and watching this sermon. It's like I'm coming over here to pray. Alright. We need to change this to somber, maybe? Maybe I'll like it better now if it's somber. Let's see. Is anybody clapping? Anybody at all? He crafted the long sword. And then we need to forge a prototype alloy blade. So stock with coal and forge that. Hopefully they're liking his sermon over there. It's really hard to do both and keep up. Anyway, let's do alloy blade prototype here. Make book exchange with blessed Avery the monk. With my devotion proven and my recent scholarly work given as an offering, I can finally receive the tome of Mace Moon from blessed Avery the monk, he said. So let's make the book exchange over here, now that he was here watching our sermon. And go ahead and hammer that metal. I think it should be heated enough for you to finish that. Here you are. Thank you very much. Your devotion to the Watcher and passion for lore mark you as a true and faithful Peteran, and your affinity for the nuances of the ancient language is impressive. You could have easily been a monk of the library, but I see you are doing equally noble work here in Begonaria. Enjoy the tome, Peter, and may the Watcher guide you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He needs to read Legend of the Leaf Cutter. Finally, my fact-finding mission can continue with what should prove to be the critical text on the life of the legendary bladesmith Mace Moon. Alright, so he's gonna go ahead and read that before bed and then go to bed himself. Alright. Nice. The combing of 2 rare ores into a single blade was a true challenge, but the alloy took to the fire and hammer with perfect mix of resilience and suppleness, yielding an extremely handsome and balanced blade. However, the true test would be running it through its paces on the training dummy and trying its edge with a good sharpening, he said. Alright, so we need to test this prototype again, but we'll do it in the morning because we are quite tired. He's been blacksmithing and working all day. So we're gonna go ahead and get some shut-eye, and then when he's done reading, he's also gonna get some shut-eye. Brother Peter saw that the life of Mace Moon was inspiring yet tragic. Falling from a princess, Moon and his love fled halfway across the world from her enraged father, until assassins finally caught up with them. He died defending his love, and she, in turn, carried his sword to a still pond, where she disappeared, awaiting a worthy successor to the Mace's legacy. Closing the book, Brother Peter found himself inexplicably drawn to learn more from the ancient text. So he needs to research the ancient Peteric language. This could be my most exciting research to date, he said. And then he needs to teach blacksmith Wayland the tale from Legend of the Leaf Cutter. I am loath to part with such a treasure tome on loan from the library, but I can instruct Blacksmith Wayland on the pertinent content contained within. All right. So first things first, let's make you some venison soup because you're quite hungry. And then you need to go out and test this blade that you made. Let's see, how long will that take? That will take 1 hour. So he's going to go ahead and research the Peteric language while he's over here going to test this blade. Okay. Panting with the exertion of brutalizing the royal training dummy, Blacksmith Wayland wiped his brow and gazed down at the sword in his hand. The alloy blade seemed untouched by half an hour's worth of heavy impacts. This experiment seemed promising indeed, but Blacksmith Wayland would not get his hopes up until it passed the sharpness test. Right, so he needs to test the alloy's blade sharpness by wetting it. You're strong, blade, but can you hold your edge? Alright, so we need to wet this blade. Ooh. Okay, let's go ahead and see what comes of the blade. See if it's worth anything. Alright. With practice movements, Blacksmith Wayland swept the last wet stone along the experimental alloy blade. In just a few strokes, the shiny stone was split neatly in two, and the sword's edges gleamed with an inner fire. Blacksmith Wayland smiled in delight. While the sword was lighter than normal and its hilt crude, the blade itself was brilliant and deadly. Finally, Wayland felt like he had the makings of a true masterpiece. Only a resizing and a few final embellishments remained, he said. Alrighty. You need to come here while he is researching this, because he needs to give you something. Alright. Deep in prayer, Brother Peter was suddenly confronted by a dreamlike apparition. A lithe, female figure stood on the edge of a mirror-like pond, her flowing white clothes whipping wildly about her despite the stillness. She drew something shining from beneath her robes and held it aloft, revealing a dazzling but broken blade in her uprising hand. "Why have you summoned me?" the figure asked coldly. Ooh. Let's go eat some rabbit soup. Because, yeah, that was creepy. Visit the pond to find lost spirit. Could it be that the tale of Mace Moon ended right here in the region that would become Begonaria? What? Wow. That's crazy. Alright, we need to teach the blacksmith's tale to him after we eat. Good job, Brother Peter. We're doing pretty good, I think. So here's the tale. Here's a story all about how. Alright. The Watcher smiles upon us, Wayland. Oh. The Watcher smiles upon us, Wayland. I have acquired an exceptionally rare and ancient tome chronicling the life and feats of Mace Moon, Volcom's predecessor. I will spare you the beautifully archaic prose and get to the point of interest, namely the use of miraculous liquids to purify metals to perfection. I will need rare minerals from you, whilst I provide the holy water by augmenting the well. Oh, okay. He needs to study he needs to study metallurgy at archives. According to Brother Peter, Mace Moon developed a thing called metallurgy as a method of combining and catalyzing metals. This must be where Volcom got it. Alright, so he's going to come over here and research that. And he is going to go to this location and get that started. Let's go! Where is the spirit at, I wonder? Oh, there she is. Pond Pixie Anga. Charm Pond Pixie Anga to bestow the hilt. Can I persuade her to release that hilt to Blacksmith Wayland to complete his masterpiece? Oh, we need a higher relationship. So we're going to chat with the spirit, get to know the spirit, and try to get things done. After pondering the details of Mace Moon's theories of metal lore as imparted by Lady Isolde the Great, He quickly reviewed Beganaria's limited body of crafting knowledge. Mace Moon's theory seemed sound. Further, blacksmith Wayland presumed that if he could augment the catalyst recipes beyond the mana stone base at the critical point, these ancient secrets could be improved upon with amazing effect. Interesting. Agna is actually agnostic. So he needs to forge alloy blade into unfinished legendary sword with a little more ore. And this experimental blade, let's actually send him home. With a little more ore, this experimental blade of alloy can be tempered into a legendary sword. Then it's all up to my artistry. Woo! Good luck. Oh, please grant me the hilt. Now that I've talked to you for a little bit. Oh, there went Blacksmith Wayland. So, him. Can I have the sword, please? Nice. Brother Peter, I have seen your heart and know your goal. You are compassionate and wise. You are the first I have met worthy of carrying on Mace's legacy. But before I can hand over the hilt, I ask one small favor. I have spent lifetimes mourning the loss of my love. This broken sword is all I have left of his memory. If you can bring me some token to remind me of Mace, I will gladly offer the hilt in exchange. All right. Give Pawn Pixie Agna the story of Mace Moon. The legendary tale of Mace Moon will surely ease Pawn Pixie Agna's loneliness and earn me his hilt for blacksmith Wayland. Okay. I offer you this book. What do you think? Thank you, Brother Peter. You have brought peace to my troubled soul, and so you may have the hilt. Soon I shall sleep. As my last act, I will lead Blacksmith Wayland to Mace Moon's hidden forge. Just find me when all is ready. All right. Sounds good to me. We need to go bless the well, I think. Yeah, bless the town well and draw holy water for the catalyst. From what I read, Moon believed only the purest waters should be used to create this catalyst. So he's going to go ahead and do that. We need to forge a alloy blade into unfinished legendary sword. So he needs to work on that. He's going to bless this well. Get that blessed and set up. Alright. Let's see. Okay, what do we need? We need a prototype alloy blade. Okay, and then we need a super alloy. Alright, so we need a craft. Alright, so we need adamantle. So we need to go out and get some adamantle. And we need what now? Oh, where is it at? Okay, we need prototype alloy blade. And we need... Okay, so we need 2 superior alloys. In order to get 2 of those, we need a lot of adamantle. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we need to find some adamantles. I think that should be... Alright, let's draw water. He blessed the well, so let's draw the water. Alright, what do you need to do? He needs to write with the Watcher and convert a pirate into a Heathen priest. So he's gonna go and work on his work while he collects some adamantle. Okay. Alright, so he needs to crude plate and the rowboat. So let's go home and start working on that. Nice. He's converted the pirate Damaris into the Peter and Faye. And then he needs to go right with the Watcher. So let's go home and right with the Watcher and get that done. Alright. He has successfully made the rowboat. Now he needs to make a crude plate mail. So, crude plate mail. Let's go ahead and get this going. He's like, ooh, I got a lot of crafting to do. I don't know where this person is that wants this repaired rowboat. And then we should be able to craft the unfinished legendary sword. There we go. Alright, what will Blacksmith Wayland augment the catalyst with? What will blacksmith augment that catalyst with? I will need 2 azurite gems to finish this masterpiece, or 2 samples of electrum should put the finishing touches on the legendary blade. Um, mm, let's do azurite gems to put it, because she is romance and this is heart, so let's go ahead and do that. All right. Give mineral to Brother Peter. I have enough of the rare ore to augment the priest's catalyst. All right, so he's gonna go and give this to him. All right, that was a lot of work. Prepared a divine catalyst in a fireplace cauldron. This powerful brew will be the final ingredient to blacksmith Wayland's creation, and with the additions he has made, I expect something amazing, he says. All right. Yeah, this guy needs to get off this thing so I can prepare the catalyst. Thank you. What do I need? Mana stone. He needs mana stone. Lucky for us, he's got mana stone. He's actually collected quite a few of them. So let's grab one and give it to him so that he could do it. And prepare the catalyst. Divine catalyst. Let's go. Give legendary sword parts to blacksmith Wayland. With this hilt from Mace Moon's sword and Pawn Pixie Agna's permission to use the forge, blacksmith Wayland would have all he needs to complete a masterpiece. In the morning, it's time for bed. He's quite exhausted. Here you are.
Robert. Dojum.
Thank you. Welcome. I'm going home now. Tell Pawn Pixie Agnes it's time to find the forge. I'm as prepared as I'll ever be. I'll have the blade, a hilt, and the catalyst. With Pawn Pixie Agna to guide me, the eve of my masterpiece approaches. He doesn't have enough focus right now. That's just great. Let's actually get you some stuff. Actually, get you this and a chamber pot in the corner here so that you can use and wash. Maybe feel better, make some food, maybe some venison soup, and eat something. Go ahead and eat that, and then you can tell her you're ready. I am ready. After years beyond counting, my time in this world is drawing to a close. Before I reunite with my lost love, I shall lend you to his forgotten forge deep in the forest. Honor his legend and mine. Craft your masterpiece, blacksmith Wayland. I'm excited, he said. We're on our way to the forest. Here we are. And then you need to travel to the Forgotten Forest forage. Have fun. Right, he needs to pray for Blacksmith Wayland's success for 1 hour. Blacksmith Wayland is in the Watcher's hands now. I pray for success in fulfilling his crafting dream. Following the directions, Blacksmith Wayland stumbled into a hidden forest glade containing an ancient stone kiln. Blacksmith Wayland prepared the forge, feeding it dried kindling, and gathered the sword parts for the final joining. But what kind of blade would he make? A gallant blade? I shall forge a heroic blade worthy of the legendary sword master, or a heavenly blade. I shall forge a divine sword like those wielded by angels. Let's do a heavenly blade. I think that would be cool. Minutes slipped by as blacksmith Wayland lost himself in the artistry of crafting a masterpiece. Folding the metal alloy upon itself countless times, he joined it to the legendary hilt of Mace Moon. Wayland then thrust the entire weapon in the glowing embers, getting the metal white hot before dousing it with the powerful catalyst. The blade seemed to hum as the liquid coated its surface. Wow. So has he got it? Oh my gosh, he's got it. Seraphim, an elegant sword with a blade of shining metal and ornate hilt, supposedly patterned after angelic weaponry. Wow. Yay! We did it! He crafted a nice sword and we've completed this quest. So, cutting edge. Burning with creative fire, blacksmith Wayland rose above the mundane craft that typically occupied his forge to craft a masterpiece. Turning to Brother Peter for his vast knowledge of lore and divine support, the two unlikely heroes discovered an ancient recipe for a legendary sword. The weapon they created was no mere tool of war, but a lasting work of art. Ah, that is so cool! Yes, 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 yes. And yeah, that was a fun one. So we have one more to do, and that is the Wizard's Tower. So we're going to purchase this unfurnished. And yeah, did that count as complete? And we have completed our goals now that we put down a witch's tower. So everything for Beginnaria is now complete. So we are going to actually end the ambition. Your current mineral rank in this mission is platinum. Would you like to skip right to the end? Yes, we would. Look at everything we got. We complete village for 5 points toward our witcher level. Place 6 buildings. We completed settlement. Place 8 buildings. Castle. Place 11 buildings. And keep. Place 13 buildings in 1 kingdom. So we did it. We actually got some prizes here. So we got a new dress, some headgear, some costumes, a mistress of the nightgown. We got so many cool things. We even got a new rug, some new other things. So yeah, we actually completed it with the platinum level, and I hope you've all enjoyed this ambition, and it's been so fun. So fun. So yes, the achievement completion will be disabled for the rest of this play session. Do you wish to save your town before continuing? Yes, let's go ahead and save our town, because we actually did a lot today and got so many things done. So when we look, we have unlimited quest points now. So we actually can do any of these that we want. But anyways, yeah, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope you like this ambition and this Let's Play. I had so much fun playing it, and yeah, I shall see you in another video. Everybody have a great day. We have lost all passion and expression in Beginnaria. Oh, now that I've patched up the cooking pot, as this work? If he can get through the art, this proves that I'm not only the smith. Oh, this book is old and worn, not purposely. Oh, and I should visit this tome. I will have to test this theory to the chant. I can finally receive the tome of Mace Moon and from Blessed. However, the true awaiting a worthy successor to the maces, panting with exertion of brutalizing the. You are the first I have met of